Hello, everyone. I'm Sean Yancey. Motherhood is a journey, and for so many women, it's not always a simple one. For some, it comes after waiting, after loss, after pushing through challenges that test your strength in ways you never even imagined. But on the other side of that journey is something powerful. I sat down with some of the moms you watch every day right here on News 4 to talk about their motherhood struggles, their pains, and their triumphs. It's all part of the journey as we celebrate moms. Motherhood doesn't always come the way you expect it to.
I think there is strength in saying, I need help and I can't do this today.
Because trying to do this working mom thing on your own and not try to lean on your village is insane.
For some, it takes time.
That was the worst thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. Honestly, I mean, it broke me. It completely broke me.
And actually, the fact that I was able to get pregnant is apparently a miracle.
For others, it takes strength. Strength they didn't even know they had.
I was stronger than I ever thought I could be because this is my fourth pregnancy, but I only have one child.
When motherhood happens, it changes everything.
You find a new appreciation for the type of woman you are and what you're able to accomplish each day.
Happy Mothers-to-be and Mother's Day to all of you. Thank you guys so much for being here and sharing your journey. We are all working moms, and I think it's so important. We've all had different journeys, especially through our motherhood path, and so I want you guys just to kind of open up and share a little bit about that. Jessica, I want to start with you. We know that motherhood looks different on each one of you. What has this journey taught you about your own strength?
Man, that's a hard one. You know, I think there is strength in saying, I need help and I can't do this today. You know, I think as women, we try to push through, go hard, and really prove ourselves. But one thing that I've learned, that pregnancy is not the time to push yourself. And sometimes you do need to ask for help, and I think there is strength in that.
I love that. That was beautiful.
That was good.
All right, what about you, Lauren?
That I was stronger than I ever thought I could be because this is my fourth pregnancy, but I only have one child. But I never thought that I could be as strong, or at least I didn't think I was as strong as I was, but going through that pregnancy has made me a stronger person and a more patient person now that I got a 4-year-old.
Thank you. We love a little crib. We love a little crib.
Jimmy, what about you?
Yeah, you know, it's funny, it's similar, right? That strength and like digging from this well where you feel like it's empty, but you find it, you know? Obviously, like same with Lauren, like not an easy path. And like Lola, you know, is here now and almost won, which is wild because I feel like the last time we had this conversation, I was pregnant and now she's like a grown person. Yes. But yeah, you know, even just bringing her to the Olympics, right? And like doing the Olympics 2 years ago in Paris, you'd work these 16-hour days, but at least at the end of the day, I could come back to my hotel room at midnight, be like, oh, okay, eat my little McDonald's meal and go to sleep. It was like now I come back to the hotel room and Lola's like, hey! Right. And I'm like, oh yeah, my second job starts. Hey Lola, let's go out, let's push the stroller. It was, I had to dig deep to find like strength, energy, like to push through. But you know, then I was able to find it and I'm like, you know, like I'm pretty like bad A, you know? I did this with a baby. I feel like I did it pretty well, I hope so. And like you find a new appreciation for the type of woman you are and what you're able to accomplish each day.
Absolutely. I love that you shared that, and I love how you labeled yourself. I think we're all pretty bad A's. All right, we know that you guys are all walking different paths, but there is sort of a shared thread of resilience in what we've talked about, in the things that you experienced since you've been pregnant, the loss, the infertility, just the journey. Let me go back to you, Lauren, and let's talk about that. You shared you've been pregnant 4 times, but you only have one child.
One child, yeah. So this is my 4th pregnancy. So when back in 2020, I announced that I was pregnant, and I can't even remember what month it was, but I had a stillborn birth at the end of February of 2020, like 2 weeks before we went into the pandemic, and that was the worst thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life. Honestly, I mean, it broke me. It completely broke me. And then we go into the pandemic, and then it's just like everything shut down, and so I was even more isolated at that point. But it was an incredibly tough journey when all of that happened. And it was happening on a Sunday morning. I was supposed to be at work, and I had called Adam Tuss, who had 3 kids, and I knew it would be up, and I was working with him, and I was like, hey, this happened, my water broke. He's like, you need to go to the hospital right now. And he called Erica Gonzalez, and Erica met me there, and then Amelia met me there later on, but they were with me when the rest of my water broke, and Melissa Millay got me into a different hospital in Maryland of her doctor, and so it was honestly a team 4 effort. And I was in the hospital a week before the baby's heart stopped beating, and so that was a tough one. And I know a lot of women have dealt with that, and especially the aftermath of being like, okay, I was halfway through my pregnancy, and I know women that have gone all the way through their pregnancy and had that, at 40 weeks. So it broke me. It did. And I was remembering, I was like, am I going to smile again? Like it was tough. And a lot of my friends were having kids at that time too. And that was incredibly tough because they carry them all the way through. And I'd look at their kids and I'd be like, I should have a kid this age. And then I told you the other day, and I felt so terrible because I told Jessica, I filled her in. And then because it happened when I was about 23 weeks, and then you were just about that time, and I was like, oh goodness gracious, and then I was like crying. I was like, oh my God, why did I tell her that? But yeah, that in talking about strength, like I was pulling strength. I had no idea where it was coming from, but to do that and then go on my fertility journey after that was a lot, was a lot. But then I got pregnant, and then it kept, and now I have crew. So it was.
Baby boy on the way.
And we got another baby boy on the way. So I'm 31 weeks now, and so it's still cooking, but I think about it all the time, So I'm like, I go to the doctor every week just to get ultrasounds, just to make sure that, he's still kicking, and I'm wondering, heartbeats and all that. So it was tough, and I know a lot of women out there have dealt with the same, so yeah.
Jimmy, let me ask you. I've experienced infertility issues. I know that that's something that you guys dealt with as well. Talk about that journey if you can for me.
Yeah, like some of it was just like age, obviously, like especially with this career, you want to get to a certain place before you start a family. And so then you're staring down like, for me, it was like 37, 38 or something like that. And so had to go the IVF route. And you think you're like doing it right? You like do all the shots, okay? You're like taking your prenatals, and you're like, okay, it's gonna work. And then like the first time it doesn't work, and they tell you like, the transfer failed, and it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean it failed? Like, I'm not a fail person, right? Like I've never failed a class. I always feel like if you work hard and do the right things, you'll get the result you want. And so this was the first time I was like, oh, actually I have no control over this, even though I think I'm doing everything right. Took some time off. Second time around, did another transfer, worked, obviously, and Lola is here. But you just like really have to submit to motherhood completely. Like you can't control it. You can't control how, what your kid is going to do. You can't control how your, pregnancy is going to turn out. For the most part, obviously, you want to like eat right, exercise, go to the doctor, all the things you can control. But we really have no control. And so like I really just learned that I have to submit to this thing that is motherhood. And just try to do the best that I can do.
I love it, and you guys are doing it beautifully. Jessica, I want to talk about just an issue that you've been experiencing while you've been pregnant, that a lot of moms-to-be are experiencing, and how you're navigating this.
Yeah, so one of my first ultrasounds, I found out that I have fibroids. I had no idea. They were asking, you didn't have this symptom, you didn't have this symptom, and actually, the fact that I was able to get pregnant is apparently a miracle. They did tell me that it would cause some possibly different issues, one of the issues being pain in pregnancy. Now that was really early on. I went months without any pain, but within the last month I had some excruciating pain. I remember driving into work just saying, I'm okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. And that's that thing about pushing yourself, because usually I can push myself and do what I need to do, And I'm so thankful for people like Jumi, who saw me in that pain and was like, you come first. Go home. Like, you know, you need to take care of yourself. So thank you for helping me kind of advocate for myself, because I want to be who I need to be for my job and for everybody, but sometimes I just need to take care of myself and rest. Fibroids are not fun, and it's something that I will have to consider while giving birth, or even if I want to get pregnant again. And it's not something that people talk about a lot. I found out my mom has fibroids, one of my best friends has fibroids, aunts have fibroids, and actually most women have fibroids and possibly don't even know it. So this is something now that I'm learning more about and educating myself, and something I have to think about now that I'm pregnant.
When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with our News 4 moms about their motherhood journey. Plus, they'll have some special advice just for you. I'm in awe of your resilience. Maybe not in awe, because I know you guys and I know what kind of people you are. In closing, if you could give a piece of advice to mothers, moms to be who are watching right now, one piece of advice, what would you share with them? Jimmy?
You know, for me, it's definitely like, take the help. You know, like, I'm always the person who's like, what do you need? And then I do it. But then when people ask me, what do you need? I'm like, I feel bad. I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Like, I got it. But like, this process has let me know, like, take the help. Actually, yeah, I need you to like help me order dinner. Can you come help me fold laundry? Because like I haven't been able to do it in 3 weeks and it's just sitting there. Yeah. You know, whatever you need, ask. Because, you know, I feel like if most people are asking you what do you need, it's because they genuinely want to help you. So don't be afraid to ask for that help, because trying to do this working mom thing on your own, like and not try to lean on your village is insane. Yeah. And we should all be leaning on our village. And when someone says, how can I help you? Open up your notes app on your phone and be like, pick one of these things. Which one do you want to do?
Lauren? I would say to definitely take, especially during pregnancy and when you have toddlers, take care of yourself, because, you know, whatever that means for you, whether it's meditation, whether it's an anti-anxiety medication, something like that, like whatever you need, because, you know, going through the pregnancy, there's so many emotions and it's so many hormones, and then you give birth and then it's like your hair's falling out, and like, be kind to yourself, be graceful. Things are going to happen. Your weight's going to go up and down. Your hips are going to go out and in. Like, it's a lot to deal with, and then the pressure of motherhood as well. So again, take care of yourself, whatever that looks like for you, and just don't be ashamed of that. Yeah, Jessica?
Kind of going off of what you said, like, make sure you are filling your cup, and that you're doing things that you need to do for you, whether it is eating right, working out, or I just need a break, you know, and being able to verbalize that doesn't make you weak. Your husband will be okay. Your job will be okay. Everyone else will be okay if you are okay. And a lot of times we put that pressure on ourselves. Like, my husband is definitely willing to do what he needs to do. Our job is like, yeah, take a day, you know, so don't put that extra pressure on yourself. Do what you need to do for you, and everything else will fall into place.
I agree. I don't even need to add anything. You guys said it perfectly. Thank you, our incredible, dynamic, resilient, brilliant, wonderful News 4 moms. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. We'll be right back.
That was
Before you
great.
go, that was really, really good.
I would be selfish if I said I wanted the whole day to myself. So the perfect Mother's Day for me is going to church, we have a nice lunch, then when the kids go down for a nap, I get the back half of the day to do whatever it is that I would like, and then I don't have to do bath time, bedtime either.
The perfect Mother's Day is a mix of everything. I want a nap, I want a mimosa, I want some family time, and I want some alone time. That's not too much to ask for, right?
You know, where ironically I want to spend it with my kids. A lot of moms would probably tell you, oh, I need a break from my kids during Mother's Day, but you know, my kids are 18 and 16 now, and I actually enjoy spending time with them and talking to them and listening to their new adventures. So, I mean, the perfect Mother's Day for me is spending time with my kids.
I would love to be able to go to a nursery, spend an undetermined amount of money on my summer annuals, and then actually be given the space to plant them. I have 3 small kids, so I want to tell you that I want them with me all day. Maybe just like adjacent to me all day while I plant would be perfect.
I'm a new mom, so being with my daughter, just wake up with her, playing with her, feed her, take her to the park, also being with my mom, so I think that will be a perfect day for me.
What does the perfect Mother's Day look like to you?
Oh, that's such a tough question. Well, now that my kids are older, I will say that it would be nice to have them all with me in one space. And I think spending time with your family is so important, and it makes me happy. If there's a French pastry or a filled donut involved, that would be good too.
I feel like each phase of motherhood, I say this is my favorite. So right now I am in my favorite. I am seeing the fruit of our labor. To have the opportunity to pour into your own kids, to shape their lives, for me that is what is the best gift of being.
Welcome back. Motherhood changes with every single stage, from changing diapers to helping with homework. Motherhood is full of moments that shape our children and also shape us. As a mom of 3 incredible sons, I've learned those moments go by quickly, but they stay with you. If you want to understand what motherhood really looks like, sometimes the best place to start is with a child. I spent some time with students at Oakland Terrace Elementary School in Silver Spring, Maryland. And as you'll see, their words say it all. And we know you have a fabulous mom, right?
Yeah.
Ask a child about their mom and you'll hear the truth pretty quickly. Tell me what makes your mom so special.
That she puts a roof over my head, that she makes me food, she buys me a lot of electronics.
Describe your mom in a couple of words. What would you say? How would you describe your mom?
Fun and caring.
What 2 or 3 words would you use to describe your mom?
Loving and caring. Fun and love. Fun and beautiful.
Tell me, what is your favorite thing about your mom?
How she takes care of me and she appreciates me.
What makes your mom so special?
Her food tastes really good.
What are some of your favorite things to do with your mom?
Help her cook, make cakes and make cookies and go to a walk. She lets me have play dates at the park, and she does a really high push called Hot Dog Underdog. Playing board games with her.
Oh, what do you guys play?
Like Truths and Ladders.
I love it when my parents read me books, because I think it's just so relaxing when we do that.
I like when we go on errands with her to my grandparents or my aunt's house.
To them, love is simple. It's dinner, homework, books, errands, board games, and showing up. It's the small things that matter the most. Tell me what things you love about your mom that she does for you.
That she cooks for me and makes sure that doing good in school, and she loves me and I love her as well.
If you could make one wish for your mom, what would your wish be?
And make her have a good life.
If you could, look right here in the camera and pretend it's your mom and it's Mother's Day. What message would you say to her? What do you want to say to your mom?
I'm glad that you're my mom and not anyone else.
If you want to send your mom a message for Mother's Day, what would you say to her?
That she's the best mom ever. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day. I love you guys so much.
I would say, I love you. You're the best. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
From the strength it takes to get here to the joy that comes once you do, motherhood is indeed a journey. Today we've seen that journey through the women of News 4 and through the voices of children who reminded us what matters most. As a mom, I'm still learning every day, growing right alongside my sons. Some motherhood moments stretch you, others surprise you, and then there are those moments that remind you of the power of a mother's love. And sometimes it really is those little things, showing up, being there, loving them through it all. Today we're celebrating moms, all moms at every stage of the journey. So wherever you are on yours, give yourself some grace. What you're doing matters. You got this. Happy Mother's Day.